I'd like for you to consider a word today, and the word is courage. Again, the word is courage. Webster's dictionary defines the word courage as the ability to do something that you know is difficult or dangerous. Webster's dictionary goes on to give a fuller definition of the word courage as mental or moral strength to venture, persevere, and withstand danger, fear, or difficulty. And those are some powerful definitions that we're going to come back to in just a moment. But before I do, I would love to share with you a couple of quotes that are in the world as it relates to this word courage. And the first one comes from the Bible where it says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them, for the Lord your God goes with you, and he will never leave you nor forsake you." And another great quote in the world comes from Mark Twain. And Mark Twain says that with courage you will dare to take risks, have the strength to be compassionate, and wisdom to be humble. Courage is the foundation of integrity. And that last point that Mark Twain makes in his quote of courage is the foundation of integrity. I do believe that the word courage has so much truth built inside of it, an opportunity for us to change the way that we live in the world, that it is a foundational word. And if we go back to Webster's dictionary, the very first one where it says the ability to do something that you know is difficult or dangerous. And so I'd like to camp out on that word ability for a moment as we look at this word courage. And the question that I have around that word ability is, where do you believe that the ability to have courage comes from? You see, most of us would love to believe that we have to muster up all the courage inside of us and face these difficulties and face these fears and persevere all by ourselves. And in my experience, that will only get you so far, but you'll never reach your full capacity. You see, a great opportunity to grow through this word courage is the moment you can realize to let go of only having courage inside of you and placing your courage inside of someone or something much bigger than yourself. You see, it takes courage to have trust and faith in someone else. It takes courage to have trust and faith in something much bigger than yourself. Anybody can muster up enough courage inside of themselves, but very few people actually take the time and have the awareness and have the strength and perseverance to recognize how powerful it would be if you could have courage in somebody else and have courage in something bigger than yourself. You would begin to realize if you could have courage outside of yourself that things will begin to change all around you. And you'll be able to see things that you've never seen, opportunities that you never knew existed. You'll be able to hear things that you've never heard before, and you'll be able to move through the world in a totally different way because you will be able to venture, you will be able to persevere, you will be able to withstand danger and fear and difficulty when you have the courage to put your faith and trust in something much bigger than yourself. And I know that it's such a challenge to do that. Most people, when you tell them to have courage and faith and put their courage and faith inside somebody else, that seems to be disencouraging for them. But I'm here to tell you that if you're able to move through that process, you'll recognize that it's not discouraging to do those things. Rather, it becomes very encouraging. You'll recognize other people wanting to help you. You'll recognize opportunities to open up. And you'll also recognize that some of the difficulties will seem to dissipate and begin to fade away. And so I'm going to challenge you in that word ability. Where does the ability to have courage come from for you? And so before I leave you, I'd also like you to consider a couple other questions as it relates to this word courage. Number one, how has the word courage shaped the way that you live in the world? How has the word courage shaped the way that you live in the world? Number two, how has the word courage shaped the way that you build and grow your personal relationships? How has the word courage shaped the way that you build and grow your personal relationships? And then number three, how could you utilize your new awareness of this word courage to unlock some hidden capacity that still sits inside of you? How could you utilize your new awareness of this word courage to unlock some hidden capacity that still lies inside of you? So I hope that you take the time to ponder the word courage today. I hope that you take the time to think about what we've discussed here. And I also hope you take the time to go through those questions that I've just set off in motion towards you. And so always remember to ride the wave of life and always play big.